This group saw that we were vulnerable, saw my father was vulnerable, and they took action to steal our car, basically. They were already chopping it up, and at this time I felt like there was no one out there that was going to help me, and I didn't know what to do. So John stepped in, and he was amazing. He walked me through the procedure. He handled the entire investigation. He was able to involve the district attorney, and they were able to go over there, as he always said, with their guns and badges and get my car out for me.
A simple oil change, and the car was leaking oil and the oil light was on. Well, I took it over. They changed the oil. I told them about it, and they go, "Oh, probably nothing happened to the engine." I said, "Well, it ran without oil for a while, and it knocked, so I'm quite certain there is, but you know, we'll try it your way till my mechanic gets back in town." Told him what had happened, and we drained the oil, and looked like black soot. So I called the corporate headquarters and reported this incident to where I'd had the oil changed. Never got anything back. Then I thought about the Bureau of Automotive Repair. "How are you today?" When I called, the lady that answered said, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened. We'll need to take a report." Couldn't have been over a couple of days later, a man by the name of Devin Wallace called and came out to the house, wanted to inspect the car. As now, he wanted to know what happened, and I told him the straightforward. Said he would get on it, and he finally was able to talk to the owner of the company. Devin asked me what I wanted. I said I wanted to be made whole. Their pressure, the BAR's pressure, and their authority finally got somebody's attention, and so I was very thankful, and I put a call into the Bureau and thanked Devin, and I'm happy to have this opportunity to thank him again. It was very beneficial to me, and I'm happy to share that experience, hoping that it might help some others.
My own mechanic, he discovered the reason for the check engine light was a missing catalytic converter. I ended up calling the bar right away based off of the mechanic's recommendation, and legally I shouldn't have been able to purchase that vehicle, which also would have hit me with thousands of dollars of fines. Alex ended up helping me. We were at the dealership, and there was about a 15-minute period where the mechanics were trying to argue with Alex about that the catalytic converter was there, they're just not looking in the right spot. And so he kind of finally got him to be quiet, because he ended up pulling the layout for the vehicle and showed them visually, 3D diagram, this is where the catalytic converter is supposed to be, it's not there. There was never a moment where Alex would say, oh, are you okay with settling for this? It was just, okay, you firmly believe that you don't want this car and that they should pay it off, and that's the end result that I got. Is there a way to give you a 5-star rating, or if there's an online form that I can submit to just let you know how grateful I am, and that Alex did such a great job. So I can't thank him enough because he really helped me out and got me out of a tough spot. Thank you.
I went to the BAR, and I walked in and I told the lady, I says, I need to talk to somebody about my problem. So she said, just a minute. So then Adam came in, he come out there, and I said, I would like to make a report about a problem I got with my car. After I've given the report, and he says, well, I'll look at this. And he says, I got everything I need from you now, and I'll get back with you. There was a turning point from the BA report submitted to the judge that he says, it shows right here in the BA report you didn't finish the job. You didn't finish the job here, and he says, I'm going to have to rule into the plaintiff, and you're going to have to pay the court costs. But I'm going to tell you what, Adam was a real asset. However you want, any of the perfect words, any of the excellent words, excellent, perfect.
I had an ongoing problem with my BMW, and I took it to the Black Forest 4 times over a year and a half. They had said it needed a new torque converter, and that was a $3,500 part. And when I picked up my car, the bill was $5,600, and the problem was still not solved. They said I needed a new transmission. So we picked up the car, took it to a transmission shop to have it checked out before we just said, okay, go ahead and do that. And like I said, he didn't have any way to check it, but he knew a really good BMW guy. So he sent us over to Ryan G Motorworks. Ryan himself hopped in the car and within 10 minutes had diagnosed the problem. We got back to his shop and he fixed it for free. There was a sign on Ryan's wall for the Bureau of Automotive Repair, and he said, well, if you can't resolve it any other way, you can always file a complaint with the Bureau of Automotive Repair. It was so simple. I went online, filled out the form, and just submitted it. Within 2 days, Tim Wilson called me. I got a letter in the mail, and he handled everything. He went to the shop that didn't repair it. He talked to the shop that did repair it. He went back through all my paperwork and got me back money that I wasn't even thinking I was gonna get back. So it was all great. Couldn't have done it without it.
I had bought a relatively new Ford Focus, and after a few miles of driving it, I had a problem with it. I came around one of the turns, I heard a loud clunking noise. I pulled over the side, I opened the hood. I could see that the engine had dropped down inside of the compartment. It didn't fall on the ground. This was obvious damage, but I didn't know what other damage there was. And that's why I said I don't want anything to do with this car. Because of the situation, I felt it would be in my best interest to involve Bureau of Automotive Repair. Okay? And so I called, and that's where I got a hold of Mr. Agajarian. And from there, he took the details. He said, you know, John, we're gonna do what we can. And I was just patient. I let it flow. He asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, well, I would just like to get the money back that I paid for the car. I don't feel comfortable with driving it. The dealership basically gave me back to the penny what I paid for the car. And it worked out very well. Very professional inspector, okay? I'm very happy. I was quite impressed.
Y un día mi esposo y yo tuvimos un problema con nuestra troca y lo llevamos a Pep Boys para que nos arreglaran el problema. Unos días después de llevarlo y dejarlo ahí con Pep Boys, nos llamaron a decir que había un problema con el motor. Y el motor no era el problema de nuestras cuando la llevamos, que va a necesitar un motor, porque ese no era el problema nuestra. Entonces mi esposo y yo estábamos pensando qué hacer y qué hacer. So, fuimos en el internet y busqué el bar. En cuanto los contacté, me comunicaron con el señor Rusty. Tomó los datos y nos dio la paz en de que él iba a ir a hablar con ellos y a ver qué es lo que podía hacer para ayudarnos. Y así fue. Fue con Pep Boys, habló con los jefes de allí. Entonces nos comunicaron para atrás que iban a poner otro motor y con ese motor nos iban a dar una garantía de 6 meses y aparte de eso no nos cobraron ni un centavo por todo. Y por eso le quiero dar las gracias al señor Rusty por todo lo que él hizo para ayudarnos. Estamos bien agradecidos.
It's a very bad experience for me. My wife's car is Lexus. Supposed to change the timing belt. I said, okay, how much is that? It's 850 or something like that. They say, when you change the timing belt, you have to change the tension, change the water pump, change this, change that whole set unit. I said, okay. Then May 3rd, we think we're going to do it. So we drive in. Around noon, I call him. I said, hey, I'm going to drop the car now. So can I get my car back tonight? Yeah, if you drop now, you can get your car back tonight. I said, okay, perfect. About 5 o'clock, I called them, hey, my car ready? They goes, oh, you have to wait tomorrow, one more day. Then we call in, no, we cannot finish today. Since that, tomorrow. My daughter is so mad, you know. That's why she reached you guys. So Brian called me, and I tell Brian the story. You know what? I said, yeah, just changing timing belt. You know, for 2 months, at that time maybe already 2 months. He said, what? Okay, let me check. After he called, 2 days done. Brian do the job. Just, I tell Brian, hey, thousands of thanks.